Okay, welcome back everybody to Coffee and Art in the Morning. We're going to continue on. We're going to work in the, and I can't pronounce it. There it is. There's the name right there. It's by Klara Markova. And I did have a link in the first one here of where you can buy her book. It's called Magical Delight. Is my somebody said was the, or no, I think I looked this one up. Well, anyway, I think it's called Magical Delight. This one and our one, the Polish one, and this one's from Czech Republic. I get the names mixed up there, guys. So don't email me. Just, you can get them on either Amazon or Etsy, one or the other. I do have links. So anyway, all right, so let's go ahead and continue on here. But before we do that, and remember, these had the little doors. We colored and cut out the little doors for this page. And we're going to continue on for as far as we can get on this today. Then that will be the last segment for stream a room redo again. Oh my gosh, you don't know. Well, maybe you were here for one of them, honey Jill. Yeah, I put this was a couple, well, I don't even know. I think it was before Ustream. I mean, before YouTube. Because I've only been on YouTube for uploading for 2 years, a little over. But been on Ustream for 6. So it may have been before I uploaded to YouTube where we actually put the camera up in the corner and did a redo. Maybe it's on there. I don't remember. Saw me climbing under tables and building shelves and this room switch up wouldn't be that big because I would only be moving around my tables and my towers and my portfolios and everything that's like in the middle of the room. All the shelves that completely surround my room would not be moved. Not moving any shelves. Not moving the shelves, but all the tables, because I have 3 tables in here, folding tables, and yeah. So, okay, but anyway, a couple of things. First off, Jennifer Crackalacken asked if she could see me color just some leaves with just color pencil. So even though we're using ink tints on here, I'm going to take a little minute to do these little leaves with just pencil, like Prismacolor pencil, just so she could see. And I know a couple people probably want to see leaves too. So she wants green leaves, and then I'm not sure on these berries. I probably won't color the berries. I'll just color the leaves because I'm not sure. There's lots of berries here, what color these are going to be yet on this particular page. But then we'll go back over here, and this has a lot of ink tints on it. Ink tints, water-soluble ink pencils. And here's let me bring them over here. And Jody, who's here, Jody in the chat, my sister's name's Jody too, so anyway. But anyway, she recommended putting labels, like doing a pencil. And what I did is I just took, let me just get I don't have a white piece of paper here. I'll just take, so what I did is I just took the labels, white labels, and I just took the pencil, and this took a while. This took a while. Jody, you can attest, I'm sure, to how long this takes. You color your label, okay? Then you have to water, you have to wet it down to smear the label, right? So then it gets wet. Then you got to wait for that to dry. You can't cut this while it's wet. It won't work. So I was like, I had little stations going. Like I had some in this process, this process, this process. So anyway, so while these were drying, I was working on some others. So then I cut them down, and then I wrapped each pencil with that little label. And it's watered down. So it's not just the pencil swatch. It's actually how it looks when it's wet. Because it's really hard to tell, guys, on ink tints what the true color is. It's hard to tell what the true color is unless you see it wetted down. Right? You did yours during the World Series. Jody MM, that's who it is. And so, yeah, so I did all my pencils. Here's these ink tints here, these right here, and then I also keep in here my water brush, Zig water brushes, and then the greens I have over here. The greens are really, really obvious how different they are. So this is so helpful. So thanks, Jody MM, for that tip on labeling your ink tints. And you could do this with any, any pencil that it's hard to see. Just wrap a little label with the color swatched and or wet. Wet it, washed out so you can see the exact color of your ink tints. So yeah, so we're using ink tints here and other pencils. I think we're to the point now where I'm going to just go on finishing up like here we did with the Prismacolor, right? On top of the ink tints. So we did all this as washes. The backgrounds are washes with that. And now we're going to go in with pencil for probably the rest of it. I'm not sure on the background in this book. So in this book, I'm not sure if I want to do painted backgrounds or not. They're one-sided pages, but every page has a little line here where you could write something if you want, but you don't have to worry about it going through if you don't care about that. And then the page we're doing over here with the double bird houses with gourds and a little wood birdhouse here, they had cut out doors. So we cut the doors out and we slit, but because you see here, there's a slit there and I just taped it with Scotch tape on the other side. So this side, the double page is like this so that it doesn't ruin it when you cut into it. Hey, Busy Jill. Anybody else popping in? So, yeah, so we put the little doors here. So I'm going to work a little bit on this today. And however far we get, that's going to be the end of this page. But we're going to go over here to these leaves. Crack-a-lack and Jennifer. I'm going to put a piece of black cardstock behind it just to protect any pencil indentation. And we're going to do, I'm going to get out my Prismacolors and we're going to work on that. Okay, so. So I have a lot of colors just in the silverware tray, and then I have the bulk of my pencils are in bundles. So let me kind of show you how I keep my pencils. I keep them in bundles. Like here's the pinks, some dark blues, browns, dark reds, that kind of. This is how I kind of bundle them. But then as I'm using the same colors a lot over and over, then I will. Yeah, it was thoughtful, Terry, for them to do that so that you didn't have to cut into the back page. Exactly. And so this is one of the books that Kelly sent me for my birthday. And the artist even signed it. You get this one on Etsy, if I'm not mistaken. I do have a link to her site in part 1. I'll try to remember to put it in this part too. In this part as well, so you can see where to get it. I think it has to come, if I'm not sure, it has to come from Czechoslovakia or the Czech Republic, and I think the other one, until they get it in the United States, the other one that we talk about comes from Poland. So I think I got that right, guys. All right. So anyway, this is how I keep my Prismacolors in bundles like this. But as I'm using a lot of the same colors a lot, I throw them in here into a silverware tray, like my oranges and browns, yellows and cream colors. Here's my blues and greens, purples, and then just some random colors that I use a lot because I use my pencils every day. And so as I'm using them and then when they start getting full of colors that I use all the time, then I go back and put these back in the bundles and kind of like start over again. All right, so I think before we get started though, I want to go ahead and do my giveaway because I don't want to forget. So this is week 5. This is week 5 of our little Happy Mail bundles. And if you're here in chat, I do these little bundles of other old Happy Mail that I've accumulated over 6 years that sits in boxes because I just don't have room to display hundreds of art cards and things like that. So my daughter and I, and so far I have 40 packs made up. I want to do one a week for the whole year. I have 40 of them made up. Trust me, I got enough to make the rest of the year as well. And so I don't go back and look at, I just grab a pack. I have 40 of these. I just grab a pack I put the week number on it and do a giveaway. So I have no idea what you're getting. So, and I do want to do a giveaway on YouTube as well for my birthday. So that will probably be next week. The YouTubers, I want to do a giveaway next week to celebrate my birthday. I want to do a giveaway for the YouTubers next week. But I wish I could do more for everybody as far as giveaways, but you have to be here to participate in this, in the Ustream chat. Okay, so what I do, the other thing I was going to say is, so when you get one of these, if you win one of these in my giveaways here in Ustream, and you get this, I don't even know what you're getting because I'm not reviewing what I'm sending you. But don't email me, say, who made that card? There was no name on it. Don't do that. I have no idea. And I've actually had people do that. Not in this giveaway, but I've had people email me and say, who made that card you sent me? Obviously not my art card. I don't know, guys. If they didn't put their name on it and it was a couple years ago, unless I really recognize the person's style or something, I will have no idea who made it. So please don't do that to me. Yeah. Okay, so I am going to bring up random.org on my iPad. The same deal we always do. I'm going to wait till I type in. When I type it in, then you can put in a number, one number only, the closest without going over, one number only. So, I think everybody here, it's been self-explanatory because we do it every week, we do the giveaways every week. You like the surprise factor? Yeah. So, yeah, we don't know who got what. So, anyway, all right, let's go to random.org. I'll get that ready. Okay, so we have random.org. We'll put the little window right here. Nothing's been generated yet. I'm just going to set that right here until everybody puts their numbers in. Okay, so I'll give everybody a minute. When you see numbers rolling by, you know it's time to put one in. Don't wait till I put in stop and then put in numbers. Put them in now. Everybody roll them in now. Because it's like herding cats. Ask Eileen and Carrie and Sherry and Janet and Terry and Vicky. It's herding cats, people. Oh my goodness. Then we'll do some coloring. But I didn't want to forget. I want to make sure and do one a week. And I didn't want to forget. So again, we're going to do something for the YouTubers next week. Oh my goodness. And it's the first number. Like if you put in your number first, you want to get that number in as quick as you can because somebody else puts in the number. It's the first person closest without going over. So get those numbers in. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Don't make me sing. Don't make me sing, Jean. Okay, get them in there, guys. I'm gonna get it to stop here in a second. You girls crack me up. Oh, if you are watching the recording, if you ever get a chance to come over and hang out with these girls, and sometimes guys, there's a few guys that stop over here. If you ever get a chance to come over here and chat with them, you will have fun. You'll have fun. It's a fun group for sure. It's random. I don't know what numbers they're going to pick. All right, so I think everybody's got their numbers in. So we're going to stop the chat from... All right, there we go. So here we go. All right, here we go. Well, let's get the flash out of there. I might have to readjust my camera now. There we go. All right, so let's generate a number. Here we go. 45. 45. The closest to 45. Yeah, Jean goes, please don't sing, Dee Dee. Jean, I know, right? Don't make me sing. Okay, so where's my Sharpie? So the number was 45, so the closest without going over. Jean. Jean, do you want me to sing you a lullaby to put you to sleep, Jean? Oh my goodness. Hey, Carol Renee. Yeah. Okay, moving things, shifting things around here so I have room to work. Closest to 45. Hibiscus girl had 45. Are we right? Hibiscus. Got it right on the nose. Okay. Hibiscus. Now, I'm pretty sure I have your address, right, Hibiscus, because you're on the art card list. The girl that won last week, Jan T, I do not have her address. So if Jan T, if y'all ever, like Jant, pops in, I do not have her address. I don't have her email. And she's just like, comes in every now and then. So I can't send her pack from last week. So Hibiscus, congratulations. Hey, Blondie. Anybody else popping in? Okay, so there we go. Hibiscus. All right, so let's go ahead. Now I want to try to zoom in a little. Well, I don't know. Let's go ahead and zoom in one more, just so we can kind of and refocus. Maybe two more. Okay. All right, so let me go ahead and refocus. I think we're good. Okay. Okay, gotta go walk the dog. Okay, Scooby, thanks for popping in. Enjoy that grandbaby when you see. Yeah. Jen was in Maryland. She's. I don't have her address, Jean. Yeah. Either she has another name or I just don't have her address. So, yeah. If I see her in chat, I got it here. Okay, so let's go ahead and color this for Jennifer Crackalacken. It's right on the edge, and I do have my cardstock behind it here. So, yeah. So we're going to color some greens. Thanks, Jean. Please do. Give her my email and tell her because I can't send it off. All right, so I'm going to get a few greens here. Let's go ahead and get like four greens. I'm just going to pick some and I'll tell you the numbers. I think I'll go ahead and I'll go with a little indigo blue. And my indigo blues I put washi tape on because I don't know how many times I've mistaken indigo blue and black, and I've colored thinking it's black and it was blue. Yeah, so I always put a piece of tape around my indigos. Let's see. I'm just going to pull out a bunch of greens. So there's dark green. Is that dark green? That's indigo. And I need one more. And let's see, I need a lighter green. Let's maybe a yellow too. Let's go with yellow or yellow ochre. Okay, we're going to go with these colors. I got to sharpen. So, yeah. Oh, it's J-Cats, Jan. Is that who it is, Jan T? Oh, well, thanks, Paula. Well, I'm sure I have J-Cats. She's better. I didn't know it was her. I did not know Jan T was J-Cats. Okay, thanks, Paula. J-Cats, Jan. Okay. Thanks, Paula. I had no idea. No clue at all. Thanks, Paula. Unless she's moved. I don't think she's moved. If she has, then I do need her address, Jean, if you see her. Okay. Okay, thanks, Paula. All right, so what I'm going to do, I was going to sharpen. Let me sharpen all my pencils here that I'm going to use first. We're just going to use the Prismacolors here because Jennifer Crackalacken wanted to see me color some leaves with just pencil, no washes. Like no watercolor, ink tints, Neocolor, no washes, right? So that's what we're going to do. So these are the colors we're going to use. And as far as I know, these will stick with these. We could change our mind. We could add some more. I don't know yet. All right. Are we close enough, do you think, to see? Hopefully. Let's put some pencils here to kind of... All right. So I'm going to be using the yellow ochre. I think this is chartreuse here. Chartreuse green or a lime green, whichever. I didn't know she... Yeah. Okay, thanks, Jean. I appreciate it. Apple green. Are we bright enough, guys? Hopefully. Dark green. It's called dark green and indigo blue. So these are the colors we're going to use, and we're going to do those two leaves right there. So I'm going to start with the light green, and I got to sharpen this one again. This is one of the old ones. Okay, good. Thanks, Carrie. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to start, because I want it to kind of fade into maybe a little bit of yellow here, and then, but I want to have a base coat of green as well. So I'm going to take I'm going to try to keep that up off the edge of the camera there, but not have it off. So I'm going to take my ochre, and I'm just going to put a light coat, very light. It might not show up at first. I'm going to put a light coat halfway down the leaves, because I'm going to have them kind of shaded into different shades of green. Thanks, guys. And it's not a bright yellow, yellow ochre. It's yellow, but it's not, it's not bright yellow. So I'm just going to put a nice coat of that down. Then I'm going to take my chartreuse and or lime, either one, and put a coat of that up to where it kind of meets in the middle. Can overlap it a little. This is just to get some color on the leaf. Sorry, guys, I need a sip of coffee here. No pressure, and light. If you want to do layers, and blending. Bye, Juju. If you want to do light layers and blending, you have to do light layers. Can't bear down thinking, oh, well, I know I'm gonna want that the tip of that yellow ochre, so I'm just gonna bear it. Oh, don't do that. Don't bear down. And if you missed it at the beginning, well, on the last segment that we did, next Friday at the earliest, next week at least, I want to do a pencil test, swatching. I'm going to do the pencils on black paper, white paper, and craft paper. I'm going to probably pick 3, like maybe red, yellow, blue, and white. And we're going to do them on black paper, craft paper, white paper, and over acrylic paint. And we're going to do the different pencils, the Holbein, the Luminance. We're going to do different ones, Prismacolor, and test them and see kind of like a little swatch comparison chart. Now, I'm sure there's tons of YouTubes out there, guys, where there's in-depth history and everything else of each color pencil. So, this is not going to be like the definitive guide of all color pencils. It's just going to be our little test, a little demo. Okay, so now I'm going to take the apple green. I just like to hold my pencils. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from dark to light, but the inside here is going to be darker, where this one's kind of over in this, and then probably down in here it's going to be darker too. So right now hopefully I'm zoomed in enough, guys. I don't know. So I'm going to put another layer here. And then in the middle here, it's going to be a little darker as well. Like I'm going to imagine the leaf is kind of indented. You know what I mean? Like the leaf is kind of like, here, let me get like here's the leaf. Here's the leaf. And it's like this, right? See where the shadow is on that? That's how the leaf is. It's going to be full. See where the shadow is? So that's kind of shows you where, the shadow on the inside of the leaf is. Okay, so I'm going to put a little extra green there. And then down here it's going to be the darkest. But I'm going back, now I'm putting another layer over the lime green or chartreuse. And then this is going to go up in here. And I'm just going to do kind of a partial yellow into green. Okay, this side's going to be more in shadow over here, down the middle, right, and up to maybe there. And every leaf is going to be different. You can't just go, see I'm zoomed in enough? Okay. You can't just say, oh, well, this is how you color every leaf, because it's going to depend on how they're, which way they're facing. Are they on their side? Are they down? Like, look, this one here is in the corner. You know, they're all going to be different. So, but maybe this will help a little bit. Jennifer or anybody else that wanted to see it. Okay, and I'm not pushing down. Light layers. Light layers. Just kind of going there. Okay. All right, now I'm going to take the darkest green that I have, dark green here, and I'm going to do kind of the same thing, light layers, and I'm going to go in the middle here, and I'm also going to go with the dark green, but I'm not like bearing down on these lines, guys. I can't stress it enough, okay? I'm barely touching those lines, but I'm also now going to do some of the veins, okay? Because if I want them to look green and not like a black line, I'm just going to go over those lightly, barely touching with the dark green. Okay, and I'm going to do the same on this one, but I'm going to set the book down. Very soft, just going over the veins. Even the yellow ones. Even the yellow, because this will give you a variegated, like, multicolored leaf. So just because you got yellow up there, that the leaf is turning yellow up there, or was yellow and it's turning green, doesn't mean that you can't have, like, the sap of the green flowing up into that area too. See? All right, so now I'm going to go back down and add some more shading down here. Again, very light. Now we're going to add another layer of the lime and another layer. We're going to layer it up, but just gently adding the next. And you don't have to make it in like right on a vein or something. It'll look more real if you kind of carry it up into different, you know, areas like that. Try to keep it smooth without a lot of pencil lines, which you won't have those pencil lines if you have a light touch. Light touch. And this is just how I would color it. I'm sure there's a million different ways you can color your leaves. I'm just showing you how I would do these. But you have to take your time to get layers. Maybe just a little in the middle there where it would be a little bit more shaded, where the fold of the leaf would be. All right, so this is what we got so far. Still with me? You having people come over, Terry Trouble? All right, now I'm going to take the indigo blue to make it like a nice rich blue-green in here. So now again, lightly, I'm going to add some indigo in the very darkest areas. Now I'm going to blend it out too, but I'm going to add some indigo just to give it more depth, just to give it more richness. See how far back I'm holding the pencil? Now, granted, I can't do that on my stubs, but if you hold your pencil further back like this, you won't put too much pressure, because you really have to work at putting pressure if you hold your pencil this far back. So just nice, soft layers here. If you need it darker, just stay there in one spot and keep coloring. Don't just bear down in one pressure. Maybe a little bit more down the middle, because that blue will blend out when we go to add more green. I'm just taking my time, guys. Just taking my time. Okay. Over to this one. It's going to be a nice rich green. And I have dark green too. I have dark green. But the blue will give it a more depth. All right, I gotta sit on my other foot for a while. You're gonna have come and see my pictures. Emma, have you seen my pictures? Is everyone in the... Oh, I think you're talking to Emma. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to the apple green again and just put another nice layer and just kind of blend in some of this and just kind of feather it up a little further. And you know, you just got to kind of use your own judgment. And every color book is different. The paper's different, the texture's different. So you know, you need to test your equipment on a back page. Not bearing down, just lots of layers. And just that little bit of blue is kind of blending in there as well. Couple of little stems there. Need a little more green. Okay, now we'll go over here. Not bearing down, real gentle, 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 gentle. So I'm kind of imagining the lights right here. You know, right here. Here's like the light areas right there. Go over a little those stems a little more. Okay. And you'll be able to tell, like I can tell in certain of the where the darkest is there, where it's going to start getting, it's going to start building up after, you know, 10, 15 layers. All right, so now I'm going to go to the dark green, and I'm going to just get a little bit more down in here. Just kind of, and then maybe a little bit more on the side here. Hope y'all can kind of see. I'm going to go back once more with the apple green. Just kind of put a nice even blending coat over the apple green. Just kind of blend it all together. Gently, not a lot of pressure. And then I'm going to take the yellow and just do the last little highlight of with the yellow. And I think that should probably do it. Just kind of a dance between your colors. But because this is not, you know, I didn't bear down on here, I'm able to add a whole nother layer of yellow right on top of this. And it still shows up. Because it's not a waxy buildup. Oh, hang on, Boo's messaging me. Okay. Let's see what she wants. All right. All right, so there we go. Hang on, I got to answer her. Okay. So yeah, so did y'all see that? And you can just, you can still go in there and add more. If you want a little bit more shading around each of the stems, you can add a little bit more in the stems. Give the stems a little bit more depth. Where the stems, where the veins come in to the middle of the leaf. So yeah, I hope that's good, Jennifer. You're welcome. I hope that helped you. All right, so now, let's see. Let me take a picture for Boo real quick, guys. She needs something. Hang on. Boo's my granddaughter. Hang on. I got a message or something at school. Hang on. One moment. The granddaughter comes first. Sorry. So, did that help you guys? I'm waiting to see that. Jennifer said it did her. She's... Sorry guys, I just have to take a second here. Okay. Can't wait to practice. Okay, good. All right, so now we're going to go on, guys, to this page back here that we were working on last week. This double page spread. And I think I'm zoomed in not too much and not too far. Thanks, guys. All right, so now we're going to continue on. Remember we did the little, I call them gourd warts. Gourd warts. With color pencil. And we did a little shade. And then we got our little door here that opens up. And the same thing for this one. So I think I'll go with the mushroom. Well, no. Oh, I know what I wanted to do with this key. I did remember that I wanted to paint the inside of that black with stars on, just on the inside of the key. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick because I don't want to forget. And I could do it with a marker too, but I'm going to go ahead and just do it with paint because that's what I would do it with normally. So, yeah. So I'm just going to open up the lid of my paint here just to grab a tiny bit. I'm still not used to my room being sideways. I moved my laptop from here to here, and everything else is shifted around. But I'm getting ready to change my room around. So yeah. So I am going to put right in the middle of this key, just a little black. Okay, this brush is, oh no, too old, too old. That one got too old. Let's get another one here. Let's see. Don't need anything fancy. I just want something with a point. Okay, that'll work, I think. So I just want to paint the inside of this key. Okay, it's got a flare here. Okay, let's clean that brush off. Let's get a smile. That one's got 2 or 3 little hairs flaring out. Can't have that on these tiny bits. All right. I just use craft brushes, guys. There's nothing fancy about them. If they get crusty or old, I just throw them in the glue brush, the glue water to use for glue brushes. They get turned into glue brushes. Okay. So we're going to paint on the inside of that. It's going to be the only place on this double page spread. Although I might... No, I think I'll do a light coming through that one. So I think this will be the only place where you see stars, is right in here. All right. Was playing practice with pencils. Demo help using color suggestions and... Yeah, and if you need color... If you run out of coloring, like color groups, what goes together, color palette, go to design-seeds.com for color combination ideas. Okay, I'll let that dry a second, not touch it while I come down here. So yeah, I'm trying to see what color I want my mushrooms and more leaves. So we got lots of leaves here. And to just have a wash on them. I think we'll come over here and work on the birdhouse because we already worked on this one. So I think we'll come over here and work on this one. So let me get some shades of purple out here. I want dark purple. I think that's just violet. This one is. And I never really go by the names, guys, unless I have to replace a pencil or something. I'm not ever concerned. I try to remember to tell you guys, but I'm never concerned about what the names are. I just pick it out by color, like those look like they go. Where's a dark purple? I need, that's black. I need plum. A dark plum. Is this darker? Or is that this? And that's black. I might have to get out my bundles. Then let's go with this one is lavender, so we're going to go with that. And I got my little pencil sharpeners in a little bowl right here. And I'll just pick up, the different pencil sharpeners here. All right. Well, that may be actually dark enough. Let's go with that. Try that. So I'm going to start, in this case, I've already got a layer of paint on here. So I'm going to pick up the darkest one and start getting in some of the shadows, like right up under the roof there. And this may be a little hard to see. I hope, yeah, you can see it. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of get up under that roof line. I don't know. Do I need to zoom in, guys? If I zoom in too much, I'm having to constantly shuffle the book around. But I want you to be able to see. So I'm just going to go up under the roof line here with the dark violet. It's just violet. And also, one of the benefits of the color books is that it helps you see the shading, because a lot of color books already have like either dots or lines or shading marks already for you. And it really does, I don't know, color booking to me helps you in a lot of different ways. Not just your shading and blending, but color combinations, color matching, overall composition of color, because you can shuffle, make sure you got your colors all over. Yes, it's called Magical Delight, and it's from Czech Republic. And I don't want to close it because I'm not sure if that's dry yet, but this is what the cover looks like. And it's Klara Markova. Klara Markova. Thanks, Vicki. All right, so now I'm just going to come back in here and just like where all the little lines are, like the little wood lines, like, because this is a wood birdhouse painted purple, or some kind of purple wood, you know. In my world, the trees have purple bark. Why not? Okay, so again, I'm going to kind of just find all the like real shadows and everything, like maybe right along here. And you can see where the artist that drew the images, where they have shadows, so you can follow those if you need to or want to. This side and this side are going to, you know, because if the light's coming down here, these sides are going to be darker. Still have a little bit of light though. And then some of the wood grain, if you want that to show, just put some extra little lines in there for wood grain. And you can add your own. Remember, you're the boss of your color book. If there's not enough wood grain lines, put more in. I would love a world where the trees were purple. Yeah, the bark was purple. I know. I mean, can we feed the trees some berries and make them like produce purple? All right, so I'm adding some more like little, you know, wood grain lines. There's already some there, but I'm just kind of carrying it. Let me open my little door here. I think I'll go right along the door here. But I mean, we already have a purple wash. You know, it's kind of like done the work for you with a base color, right? And then the inside, I have wood planks in here on the floor. So I'm just going to kind of accentuate those wood planks on the floor. And then over here, this was just white. There's a purple wood. I can't remember the name. You have a cutting board that an artist made that's yellow and purple wood. It's beautiful. He told me the name, but I forgot. Oh, Suzanne. So like an aubergine or a plum purple. Cool. Okay, so this was just white, as was this on the inside. This one we've already started adding. We added all this. This was just a white piece of paper, but I just went from what was on here, wood grain lines and some little knot holes, and we just drew that on here on this side. So we need to do something like that on here, although there's a couple of wood knots on here, but this is going to be pretty dark. I mean, we can add a couple. Here, let's see. Let me get a pen. Just get a fine liner pen here. And we can just kind of put a few lines and a couple of wood. I'll put 3 little knots, like wood knot, knot holes. And then we'll do the rest with pencil, just so you can kind of see. We just do some little swirls. And now I'll take the dark purple, and then just kind of add. Let me put a piece of paper behind this, so I'm not getting on the. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of add some wood grain. And do it random, like do some coming up from off the edge like that. Some like maybe straight on down. Make a couple curvy ones like around the knots. So it doesn't look, it looks random like that. The purple heart tree. Ah, from the tropical rainforest of South America. Oh, okay. Thanks, Suzanne. All right, now I'm going to take the lavender, and there's a couple places where I missed painting, so I'm going to go right up to those edges there. And I'll just, whisk in a little, just to have a little variation. This is just on the inside of the door here. So I want to just kind of inventing my own. Okay, like that. So now let's go back to the outside. Let me go ahead with the dark purple again and kind of You know, kind of go around some of those knot holes. A little bit of shadow. It's already got the purple base on there, right? So I just want a little bit to stand out. Let me get a sip of coffee, guys. How are we doing on time? Okay, we're good. All right, so now I'm just going to pull through a little bit of lavender just to give it another kind of variation of purple. But I want it kind of dark because it's dark wood. Okay. And we can put a couple little highlights in there. Like when I do the tassels here, I'll show you that. All right, so now let me sharpen my lavender again. You just don't have to add a whole lot of layers when you got a lot already on there. So I got the two colors here are, what is that? Violet, is it light violet? Parma violet? It's number 1008. It's like a light violet, and then this is lavender. So I'm going to go with the lavender here and just kind of add just a little bit of light to the wood. Just talking out loud. I'm just talking what I'm thinking in my head, guys. And it's subtle. It's subtle because we already have the wash already on there. It's probably pretty much all I need. I want to go back to the lighter violet and do a little bit more color on the little roof line there. And I think we used some kind of a mauve color here. We didn't. I don't think we used this purple. I don't even remember. I think we'll just go with it. We're going to roll with this color because I think this right here, I think we used another mauve color. Or is that mauve? Okay, Terry. I think I'm going to just go with these though for this and the what do you call it? Tassels. I'm just going to roll with it. All right. So again, I'm going to kind of do this side will be a little darker. This side will be a little darker because they're on the sides. Unless the light was like really hitting. I'm just having kind of the light like coming down this way here. So I'll have these sides. And same thing, I'm just going to put a little bit on the tassels. It's kind of almost the same technique you use on the wood grain. So I'm going to show you how to do flipping over tassels. I mean, like the little tassels that are hanging down, we're going to have some flipping over. Like they might be either blown in a wind or just having some movement. Now I'm going to take the lavender. Oh, wait, no, I've got to go back here. I've got to do right up along. Right under that line right there. Another little piece of wood. And there's little dots on there. I'm going to do those with Posca white paint. And also, guys, if you don't have a lot of like colors, now I'm going to take the light lavender and kind of just fill that in. If you don't have a lot of colors of like white Posca or, paint pens. If you don't have a lot of color of paint pens, you can use white, like the little dots I'm going to put on there. And if you want them light purple, then after they're dry, make sure it's dry. If the white little dots are dry, then you can just like go over them with pencil and turn them purple. Now, I don't know if you could do that with a big area. Maybe you could. If I was going to do a big area where I wanted it to be, I would use acrylic paint, like paint and brush it on. Do you need to make a tassel to hang there so it sways? Yeah, we are going to. There's going to be some lines. All right. So, and again, some of these tiny little bits. You know, I personally would probably just even get in there with like your Crayola Kid markers or a gel pen on those tiny little bits. But for right now, I'm going to do a shadow. I'm going to put the medium purple. Like, say I got a light, medium, and dark purple. Okay, so I'm going to like get over here and kind of shade kind of going in between those little bits there, like they might be little separate pieces of wood. I don't know. You can make it up. You're the boss of your color book and your little world. So we go up under here. Let's open the door. See, we just kind of went in between there. And I can take the lavender and kind of just blend those out. Okay, in between where I put the darker, or it was actually the medium color. Now I'm going over it with the lavender and kind of pulling it down, kind of blending it out. And I think I'm going to do the door here. Let me sharpen my pencil. I think I'm going to do that door, the wood around the window rather. I'm going to just go ahead and first put a light coat of the lavender because I think that'll tie the three parts together there. Hopefully I'm staying in camera, guys. Gee, hope I wasn't off camera on all that. Because I am zoomed in. When you're zoomed in, you have to really be aware where the camera is. Because it's easy just to, get off a frame there when you're moving things around. All right, so there's a light little coat of lavender, and now I'm going to go with the medium and just do a little shadow under each little window pane. Kind of like that. I might want to blend it back out with the light color. And again, I think I want like an orange glow coming out of that. So I'm going to go ahead and just go with orange, like bright orange. I'll put a light layer of orange. And then I'll put a little bit of yellow ochre. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this. This is just my little flavor. Now I'm going to go back with the dark orange again. And then when I get done with enough here, no, I still need a couple things. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get some paint and put some glow marks coming out, like some orange glow. I don't know. I'm almost to that point. I'll wait a minute because I don't want to have to try to worry about paint on here for just a minute. All right, so now let's go back down here to the tassels. I want to add a little bit of the lavender in there. Okay, and this one's got a jewel on it. This one has a jewel, so that can be like gone in there with the markers or gel pen. We'll see how much time we have. You like the purple? Yeah, so the purple and the orange. And see, then we're going to have an orange glow coming out of there in a minute. All right, let's keep my paper under here. All right, so now, and I'm thinking these little, I think they might, I don't know. There's some kind of, I'm imagining them to be glowing, like little globes or something. I think I'm going to go ahead and put a coat of orange, a light coat of orange on these, and then some yellow ochre. I think I'm going to make these into little lamps. Even though it's not dark, I'm not painting the background like nighttime. I'm still going to make, these be like almost like little lamps hanging off. They might be, I don't know. That's what I'm going to make them. So I'm just using the yellow ochre and the orange. The same thing I did on the inside of the window here. And we're going to make them be like little, like if a lightning bug was a plant, then that's what this would be. And we can put some paint coming off of those too. Although I haven't yet decided what I'm going to do in the background. If I want to actually do anything with the background. How did you attach the doors? The doors were, first off, they came on a page which I did not completely, see here's where the doors were, right? I just cut the two out. It comes with 3. This one goes on a different color book page. This one goes on the the necklace, this door does. So I cut these out, and they have tabs. Well, let me go back. They have tabs on them. See the tab right there? And on the actual door here, it has little dotted lines where to cut. So I just put a little slit there with an X-Acto knife, put the tab in, and then on the back side, here's the tab sticking out, and I put a piece of Scotch tape. Let's see if I can capture the hell. Anyway, there's a piece of Scotch tape just holding it there so it doesn't come out. And they're one-sided pages, although the back of every page in this book has this. This little design is on the back of every one-sided page. So again, there's the little tab stuck through the cut, and then just put a piece of Scotch tape. So yeah. All right, so now let's go ahead and do those little tassels like I was going to show you. All right, so let me see if this is the Posca that's working. I have one that's working and one that's not. I think this, we'll see. All right, so what I want to do now is I want to kind of, I'll do a couple, and this might be a little hard to, well, I can't to zoom in, and then, but we're going to go ahead and zoom in. Because I have to keep moving things around so much, but okay. All right, let's move on my pencil so you can, all righty, here we go. All right, so I'm going to do a few little tassels that just come straight down. You know, maybe 3 or 4. And again, once this paint is dry, I can paint over these with pencil. They'll be brighter than the back. They'll be brighter than the purple we've laid down, but they'll stand out. All right, so same thing. There's the little round balls on the tassels. See like that? Can you see? I would have sliced through the whole thing. You can't be trusted with them. And even these little tiny ones back here. And I'll show you what we're going to do here to make it. Okay, I'm going to do these little ones first, and I'll do the big one. Okay, just so they kind of stand out, a few of them. All right, now I'm going to do the same thing down here. Some coming down from the top, some coming up from the bottom, so they don't look like, they look, you know, they don't look all connected. They're, because, you know, these tassels are thin, and you'd have tons of lots of little, you know, individual threads. Okay, can y'all see that already, how that looks? But wait for it, wait for it. All right, let me hit it with the heat gun just to make sure it's dry. Heat gun. So if you didn't want them all that white bright, then now you can take your purple and go over some of them. Keep some of them a little bright, but you could go over them completely too. But that just knocks back the white, so it's not so harsh. That works in hair. If you need highlights in hair, but you don't want white hairs, you know, you don't want like white hairs in your piece, then you can do the same thing. You can put the white hairs and then go back over it with your red, your brown, your cream, whatever. All right, so now what we're going to do is to make some look like they're kind of flowy. I know, right? I'm going to just cross over a few. And this works the same thing with hair. Now remember, they are originating out of this ball. All right, just kind of like the hair on your head. It wouldn't be like just floating random. It's originating from somewhere. So these are originating out of the top of that ball, right? The little ball here, well, here too. Okay? So you can just don't do too many, because then it will look like you're trying too hard. Even those 3, that's a little much. I probably just should have stuck with the 2. Just a couple, maybe 1 or 2, depending on what the size is that you have to work with there. Okay. And if this background was black, these would actually float. Let me get my time chamber one out to show you. If the background was black or dark blue or any color, if I put those white lines over the background, then you'd see, just kind of like your hair, you'd see it floating over the background. Let me go in my time chamber book here. I have some tassels in here. Here we go. Okay, here's some done. See how you can put, where's my black? Where's my white? Let's come over here to this one. Okay, so see how I've just got some ones coming down and some are colored in with the purple so they're not stark white. But what you can do is see like this, look. See how it can come over to the background? See how you can do that? All right, so this one's got a couple coming both different ways. Let's have one over here coming off. And remember, they're originating out of the little ball up here, right? See how you can go over the black? See how those are kind of all kind of scumbly out? Because she's climbing up this one. But like, let's just say one comes across that way. See? So that's how you can do tassels or hair. Same thing with hair. You can do the same thing. Okay. All right. So we just don't have a black background here. All right. So now I'm going to take my dark purple, my darkest purple here. Let me sharpen it up nice and sharp. It looks cool, doesn't it? Huh? All right. So now I can take and just add maybe just a little bit of darker, like maybe just a little bit of behind some of these, just to kind of give it just a little bit more depth. But remember, these are the finishing touches that you will do on this. You know. See how that just gives it a little more oomph? And then these are very tiny, you can barely see. And you could probably get in there with a gel pen if you really, really wanted to. Or a sharp, you know, a fine point marker. All right, so like that. Okay, so there's the little tassels hanging off of there. And again, if one looked like that was kind of really, that one looks kind of really bright, just take your purple and knock it back. You see? If you don't want them so stark white, or if it was hair and you didn't want a white hair, then just knock it back, because you can go back over the top of that white paint pen. Okay, so there we go. There's the little tassels. All right, let's do the roof next. So now it's already painted with lavender. It's got a lavender coat on it. So now I'm going to take my 3 colors of purple, but I want to leave the bulk of this light. So I'm going to take my medium purple for the shading. Okay. Y'all still with me? And again, look at the dots. See all the dots where the shading already is shown for you? So you can just kind of follow in there and maybe pull some of that down. Kind of just like we did these over here. We just did these with orange, and we're doing the exact same thing over here with the purple. So, you know, use the shading that the artist has already provided for you to your advantage, you know. Just lightly putting a little, very little. Can you see? Look at the difference just from that to these. Light touch, soft layers. Yep, still with me? Thanks, Vicki. Still with the tour? Stay with the tour. And thanks everybody for being here that I might have missed saying good morning to. Hey, Lady Jan. I didn't see you come in. Now you're leaving already. Thanks for stopping in. Good to see you. Hey, Marie, La Vie. Anybody else? I'm sure there's a lot of people I've missed. Thanks everybody for being here. If you're watching on the recording on YouTube, thanks for watching the recording. I am going to do a giveaway next week to celebrate my birthday month. Oh, thanks for being here. Samara, thank you. Thanks for being here. I'm going to do a birthday giveaway on YouTube. I'm always giving things away on Ustream. But I'm going to do also do a YouTube video giveaway next week. So y'all watch for that. So see just that little bit of shading under there. And then maybe there might be just a little bit coming down on some of the petals here. I want to keep it real light though. Alright, so I've kind of just added that mid-tone purple. Now I'm going to go back with my lavender, the lightest purple, and just kind of blend out. Just kind of blend that in so it doesn't have like a harsh edge, which I try to be careful not to get that harsh edge anyway when I'm putting the first coat on. But I'm just going to kind of feather in. So I always like to ask people what they're coloring, if they are coloring, while I'm coloring. So what color books are you guys working in now, if you are coloring? Just kind of feathering that in. I want to keep them kind of light, just like kind of like I did over here. See how that has the light on the orange? I want to do the same thing over here because I want the whole page to be cohesive. So what color books are y'all working in? Put them in caps so I can see, guys. Okay. And this is kind of purple and brown because I kind of want this to look like the tree is actually attached. So I kind of have some purple in here. And then the purple's kind of coming up into the tree. But I'm also going to want like the sienna. Let's see, is this the color I want? Or terracotta. Terracotta and sienna I use interchangeably. Okay, so Vicki S. is in Celtic Spirit. DRD's in Colin Thompson. Muse is in Mouse Guard. Julie Topaz, she's in the Paisley book that she won for being the most, she and Vicki BR were the most active colorers of last year. They each got a Paisley book. Kangaroo, Johanna's Secret Garden. Rar is in Colin Thompson. Elizabeth is in Imagimorphia. Terry Trouble is in, she touched the Imagimorphia book. Well, you're moving, Terry. So pet it. Pet it when you get a minute. Just sit down with a cup of coffee and just pet it, Terry. Butterfly Garden, Mouse Guard, Bennett Klein. Working in Inktints and Luminance. Ranja is coloring through going through magazines and cutting things out for her collage and coloring along in Johanna Basford's Garden color book. Turtle Moon is working in Young Marvels. Oh, the Marvel color book, the young. Okay, I think I know which one you mean, Turtle Moon. Dragonfly. Oh, missed that one, Dragonfly. Donna P. just got Bennett Klein characters. Lisa's and Painterly Days, Woodland watercolor book. Ooh, we need pictures, Lisa. Pictures. Vicky's and Angie Grace. Wow. Y'all sure have a lot of different ones you're working in. Paula's still fighting the owls and Daydream. Paula, that's not fighting. They looked awesome. They look awesome, Paula. All right, I got to pull up Paula's page again here. Coloring Creative Cats. That's a good one, too. Magical Forest, Jennifer Crackalakin, yeah. Terry Trouble, as then I lay them down again. She pets them and then lays them down. Let me find Paula's page here, because it looked, I don't know what she's complaining about. It looks, Paula, really? You're fighting the owls? Let me find her on Twitter here. That's funny, though, Paula. Oh, come on, here we go. Let me find Paula. You don't multitask well. Mad Rat. No, none. She says none. I don't multitask well. Tracy is Blick shopping. Tracy, yeah. And thank you, Tracy. I don't have your, Tracy, can you email me your address, please, and your email? She gave me a gift card, and I haven't been able to thank her properly. Tracy, can you send me your email, please? And thank you for the birthday card. Your email and your address, if you don't mind. I don't have it. Escape to Wonderland and Sketching, Julie P. I'm still looking for Paula here. Hang on. Oh, no, that's not Paula. Let's see. Here she is. All right, here we go. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why Paula's here. Look at her owls. Look at the shading in her owls. I don't know what she's fighting these owls for. Look, I mean, I can see where you're still working on it, but look at that shading right there, guys. That's awesome, Paula. And same thing for the pink. Look at that. That is awesome. So here's the full page right there that she took a picture of. But look at those wings. Love this right here, Paula. That right there, love that. See how it's darker there? I hope it's showing up. Thanks, Vicki, for putting my email. Yeah, I can't grab it now. Tracy, will you grab my email, please? Well, you have my email. Email me. You email me a gift card, so you have my email. But I didn't have a way to get back with you. So if you don't mind, because your email wasn't on the gift card, so I need to email you back, and your address, if you don't mind. If you don't mind, I appreciate it. I appreciate your gift. Thank you so much. Thank you, Vicki, for putting it in there. Yeah, there we go. See that right there? See that? That's awesome. Stop fighting with them, Paula. I think she has another one. Here's another one. This one, too. I'm not sure. Yeah, this one I think is a little farther. Yeah, this one's a little farther along. She had two of them. Look. See? Look at all that shading there. Awesome. Yeah, but I don't have yours, Tracy, because it didn't come with it. Yeah, Tracy sent me a Blick card, but it didn't come with your email. I need it. And your address, Tracy. Really, I want to send you something back. That one has a few pink. All right, Eileen. Behave yourself, girl. Girl. But it's so pretty, Paula. I love it. Thank you for letting us show. I didn't even ask her. I just showed. I just showed it. Oh, where were we? So with the terracotta, back up here to the tree. You girls. Okay, so I'm going to kind of bring these like little branches. They have like little, I don't know if you can see, but there's little, some little wood grain and some little tiny branches that connect these few, let me sharpen, it's tiny, those little leaves. Yeah, and what pencils did you use, Paula? The Prismacolor? You might have said on Twitter and I missed it. So I'm just kind of going in here on those little tiny limbs. I'm going out on a limb here. But I'm bringing them right into the leaves. Can you see that? I'm bringing that brown right into the leaves. Into the leaves. Yeah, and Paula says she's using the Crayola Super Tips and Prisma. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, the Crayola Super Tips are awesome for getting in these little bits. And they're so inexpensive. They have so many colors. They're really, aren't they, Paula? They're really good for, these little bits. I'm going to use them down here on this, on those little dots and stuff there. All right, let's come back. I'm trying to stay here in camera. All right, so I'm just kind of going on these little limbs. And you got to keep a sharp pencil to get in there with that, or use a gel pen or a marker. Okay, there's another one over here. And just kind of, and then I'll do a couple leaves too. And see all the wood grain that's already there for you? That's a lot of the showing you where to, you can add more. There's a little knot hole right there. Okay, you can just kind of carry down some extra bark. Make it bark. Make it barky. Here's another big knot hole here. And it kind of swirls around. And you can shade under each leaf a little bit if you want to. You can just kind of do a little bit of shading. You can, get a few shades of brown out. You can also use, these are Prismacolor dot, if you're asking me. Yeah, these are Prismacolor. So I'm just kind of getting in there. So again, thanks ladies for all the nice gifts y'all sent me for my birthday. It's so sweet. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I'll pull a couple super tips out here and use them right here on this border here in a minute. I just want to kind of just add a little bit of, wood. I'm just kind of following the lines that are already. Here's another little knot hole there. Just kind of adding a little bit more lines. And you have to do, I'm going to have to go around in every branch all along this. Look, all this, all that. It's going to be the same as like what I'm doing here. Okay, so let me do a few little leaves here. Let me just get a green, like maybe just the chartreuse and an olive. should be enough because they're so small. I've got an olive in here somewhere. Yeah, I got a little olive. I think this is an olive green snub. I have more in here, guys, and I've got them bundled up. Here we go. We'll go with this one. I think that's a green. Oh, here. No, this one. This is the one I'm looking for. These. Let's go with maybe these three. Got the chartreuse, a light olive, and a ochre. What is that? Green ochre. So kind of some olive colors. All right. Let me sharpen them. I have pencil extenders, and I have full-on pencils, guys. I just don't like to waste them. You know, if they're sitting here, and that's the color I need, I'm going to go with it. I just grab them out of the tray. All righty, so let's sharpen up these babies. All right. All righty. All right, I'm going to go with the dark olive first. I think I might just need the dark and the light olive. So I'm going to just kind of, where it's kind of attached to, I'm going right over the like the brown. Centers that I put in there. And just kind of making it where they're kind of attached right there. Because these are tiny, guys. It's not a lot of, not a lot to them. But you can spend as much time as you want on each individual leaf. Just doing this little cluster right here. I'm going to take my olive, the lighter olive. And maybe just blend that out just a little. And then I'll take the chartreuse or lime color and then just kind of blend it all together. And that's what all the leaves are going to look like. Like that. Maybe just a little bit more darker olive. Something like that. So we're going to go from these to this. I've colored whole pages from your nub jar. Oh, I have too. I got my nub jar. Of course, my old barrel Prismacolors I gave to Cam, and he hoards them like they're gold. He keeps he has the barrel Prismacolor nubs in a jar, in a glass jar with a hermetically sealed lid. Not quite, but yeah. All right, let me do a few more little leaves here. Just do a few at a time here. And go to the middle olive. And then a coat of the lime green or the chartreuse, just to kind of tie the whole thing together. Kind of blends the whole thing out like that. Okay, let's see what time is it. 12, okay. I think Janet, are you still streaming at 1? Janet streams at 1 at Monkey Island Madness. At 1. I like to announce it if you're here and everybody's here, Janet, so everybody can go. Okay, so there you go. You can kind of see from these leaves to this. Cute nubs. And you can, wait a second. Here. I have all different pencil extenders. This is just the general, this is a national. I mean, this is old, guys. I don't even know how long I've had that. But, yeah, so they just fit in there. It's kind of pressure sensitive, but you can, there's metal ones now. I think, is it Derwent or Faber-Castell? Maybe both. Have metal ones. So you can get them, you know, nice ones, and they're heavier and all. All right, now, let's see. So I think you get the idea on the leaves. Obviously, we're not finishing this today, right? I think y'all get the idea, though. All right, so now I wanted to do the painting on these in a minute, but because I wanted some like glow coming out of the window. And again, here's a little door. We haven't finished on the inside there. And then over here on this one, oh, and the stars. Okay, and then we got this one. And we did all this last show. Okay, now remember, all the leaves here are going to be kind of the same. Got these little chrysalises, little butterfly pre-homes. And yeah, so now, but I want to show you, oh, and then we got our little tassels down here. We're nice and zoomed in. I didn't show you any mushrooms. We probably need to do some mushrooms. And then we might have to do a part 3 on this, guys. I don't know. I'm trying to keep them into 2 parts, and it just, we have so many rabbit trails and stuff. It's hard to do it. Okay, but I want to show you here. Let me get some purple. So not. Okay. So these are the Crayola Super Tips. Let me pull out, I think I want the dark one here. Okay, and they're not the numbers, there's no number name on them, but like this is the dark purple, and they all look like this. They're called Super Tips, Crayola Super Tips, and even some of them, they even have some that come scented. If you get any with, none of these do. If they have a black barrel, they're scented. Like that would be a purple, plum, a grape or something. Anyway, this is what they look like. And what's nice about these is the different thicknesses you can get with these lines. And they last a long time. A long time. So you can get a thick, you can get a kind of a thinner and thinner. I mean, you can just get it like depending on where you use the point. So they're really nice for that. So what I want to do here, and always remember to test to make sure this paper is plenty thick enough, and it's only one-sided, so it doesn't matter if it goes through. Just remember to put you a piece of cardstock behind your book, so if anything does go through, it's not going to hurt your next page. Okay, all right, so I want to come down here and see the little decoration along the edge there, and then some of in here. I'm going to just come in here with my super tip, and I'm going to decide what, let's see, I think I want this section here, and then some of these little dots. So I'll do the middle of that and the little dots. Oh, my mailman's leaving me something. Happy mail. He's getting out of the truck. He's bringing me a box. If he doesn't ring the doorbell, I don't have to sign or anything, but I could go get it. All right, hang on, guys. Let me go get my mail. Hang on. One moment, please. So I got Happy Meal, guys, but I think it's going to have to wait till Wednesday because I have to unpack it. Oh, my gosh. Oh, I'm out of breath now. Running out to the mailbox, out to the curb, out to the... Let me catch my breath. We'll see how much time we have. Oh, sip of coffee. I get my exercise on those stairs every day. All right. I won't talk for a minute while I color this. I'm totally out of breath. You'd think running up and down the stairs 100 times a day, but okay, so can you see how cool that looks right there? Just with that one marker. All right, now let's do a little bit on this jewel here. There, and then I think that that little latch there should probably be silver or gold. It's probably metal. I did that with your neighbors. You would have called an ambulance. Still be outside on the driveway. Oh my gosh, Vicki. I'm still determined to get Vicki up here one day. Even if I have to put her on a train. Get Vicki BR to visit one of these days. All right, so there's like a little darker tie, like where the tassels are like somehow, got some kind of attach or whatever. I'm just going to go ahead and darken that right in where they're like gathered together. Can you see the difference that makes? Just that little bit of detail right there, just kind of where the tassel would be tied. This one has a jewel, so the tie, it's kind of like in a jewel thing there, but I could put a little bit of more in there. What Terry's? Yeah, Terry. She's. I won't repeat that, Terry. We won't call you out on that, Terry Trouble. Yes, I would make. Should I tell the story again? Should I tell that story again? I think I'm going to use my purple here just to get a couple like really nice dark wood grain lines coming off of that door right there. But I got to be careful. This is the thing about doing anything with markers, though, guys, are water soluble markers. Here's the thing. You got to remember, they will re-wet. And remember, I'm wanting to put some orange light things coming off of here. So I got to be careful with that because then they're going to have purple in them. Yeah. Should I tell that story again, Vicki? Vicki was making something for a friend, for one of the group. We were all on a group chat one day, kind of like a hangout. I don't know how many of us were there, but anyway, Vicki was making I'm going to back out now so I can do this, guys. She was making a mini book or something. I can't even remember what it was. She was making for one of the girls, and they were coming in like the next day to visit her. Oh, I got to do those stars right there. I'll just take a Posca here. And we were on a hangout, and we were saying, gotta get crack-a-lack. And so I was like saying, okay, Vicki, cut that paper right now. Cut 3 of them, glue that down. And I was like going, bam, bam, bam. I literally had out my whip app that day. And I swear, if she had one more page to do in that mini book, we would not be friends to this day. I'm telling you, she would have unfriended me, unfollowed me, and blocked me. all in the same moment. If she had to have one more page in that book. But let me tell you, she got that baby done, and she gave it to the friend the next day. But I'll tell you, I had my whip app out. Here, I'll show you what I mean, literally, I don't think I had it back then, but let me see, where's my whip app? So it's a whip app. And we get crack-a-lackin'. But yeah, so we're still friends. Okay, now I'm thinking though, and if I'm not going to do the background like black, I'm thinking that these little things floating around, instead of like stars or something, they could be little pollen, like berry pollen. Berry pollen. So if I even just started with, I think I'm liking like a dark deep red or a magenta. Let's see what color this is. This is Crimson Lake. So even if I did all the little berries, Crimson Lake, like it's almost like pollen floating. So instead of stars, like we would have in the background, this is going to be berry pollen. And all these little bees and bugs and stuff are coming to get some berry pollen to make that berry wine, you know. I didn't have the app yet, yeah. So every bit of these, and I could always add my own extras if I wanted more. But I'm just going to go through here. And any place these little dots are, let's move some of this out of my way. Yeah, floating berry pollen. And then I got to still do this real quick too. I did get a little bit crazy right here on that. Where's my Ticonderoga? Ticonderoga black. Well, this one, as you can see, I've already used that eraser up. Cam asked me, she goes, Nana, do you have any more Ticonderogas? Because we both use the Ticonderoga black pencil. It's not going to show up there. These Ticonderoga black, they have the black erasers. Oh my gosh, they're the best for any kind of colored pencil. Here we go. So this one's still got some on there. So that, and it never erases 100%, but the Ticonderoga black will erase color pencil better than any other pencil eraser that I've found. Other than maybe an electric one. You could probably get in there and just buzz the heck out of it down to the nub of paper. But yeah. All right. So I know. Let me get a nice sharp point on this crimson red so that I can, let me get it over here close to me. So I can get those little tiny berries. Berry pollen. That's what I'm calling it. Berry pollen. Hi, Sarah O. How you doing? Okay. All right. And you could do this with a marker too. Whoops, I just don't get it too hard. Just snap those leads. I'm trying to go fast and can't do that. Okay. But they're everywhere on this page. They're all over the page. I'll put some on the little edges of the... And see, right in here, too, I need to go back over here. See those little leaves there? They need to be shaded in. Like, even let me grab an orange. Even if I took one of these. Let's see if this one's dark enough. And I might do these too. So you can see, just going over it with the marker. Are you planning a big Super Bowl party? No, Hubster will be on the phone with all the relatives. Well, we're not going to go to a party, you know. No Super Bowl party. We will be watching the Super Bowl. If y'all don't know, Falcons. Hubster's been following them since practically coming out of the womb. But no big party. Okay. Where was I going to go with this? Oh, some more of the little berries here. All right, guys. I think we will have to probably go into a part 3. I didn't want to. I wanted to keep this in 2 parts. But you can see we didn't get near done. We didn't get the metal latches. We didn't get the little room settings. We barely got the stars in there. So we still have quite a bit. Although we did show you how to do the trees and the leaves. So we just have to finish those. I might finish those trees and the leaves off camera. Just saying. Because you saw how I did them. And they're all going to be exactly the same. It would just take a little bit of time off of doing it if I could, you know, get some of the leaves and the more of the trunk, you know, done. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of these guys. I won't finish them all now. I'm just going to do all of them, all the berry pollen, red, crimson red. Okay, they're all over the place. All right, so now, since Steelers, about the Falcons here. We're always all about the Falcons here. Okay, so now what I want to do is just, it could almost have a little bit more, even a little darker orange right in the center of these little, there's little dots in the center of these. I'm going to just do that. All right, now what I want to do, because we didn't do the butterflies, we haven't done the mushrooms, the metal key, and the metal latches. So next time we'll do those. Whenever we get back to this page. I never promise what day we're going to get back, you know. But I want to do a little bit of orange and yellow glow, especially coming out of here. I don't want to put it out here yet because I'm not sure on the background, but I do want some coming out of the door. So let's just get a little bit of orange here. Let's see. So I'm just going to get some bright orange acrylic paint. Just a dab, that's all we're going to need. And maybe just a tiny bit of, this is pineapple, bright yellow, you know, any kind of, whatever, bright yellow. Just want a tiny bit. And now, let me get a brush over here. Thanks, Vicki. And yeah, I'll probably show some Happy Mail on Wednesday. I don't have time to do that on this because we're already almost out of time. So, thanks, Lisa. All right, so now what I want to do is I'm gonna go ahead and take some orange. I got a little. I always get my brush wet before I get into paint so that it doesn't like mess up the, you know, get crusted in. But I have to make sure to dab. If I want a dry brush still, I still have to dab off the excess water because I don't want any water in this. So what I'm going to do is just kind of go right in. Well, let me see. Let me zoom in. I just want a little bit of a. I'm going to put the orange on first. And then I'll put a little bit of yellow on top of that. It's just going to have like a glow coming out of the window. Subtle right now. Give me a minute. Get that second layer on, because we are going over the top of a dark purple here. Okay, now I'm going to pull up just the tiniest bit of yellow. And just right in the center, kind of try to, might have got that a little, dab that off a little. There we go. Kind of dab, 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 right in the center. Something like that. All right, let me get a little bit more orange there. All right, I'm going to dry that, and then I'll go on there on top with a little bit of pencil. Hang on. I'll take my orange pencil, just kind of tweak it a little here. So, what do y'all think, guys? Does it look like a little bit of glow coming out of the window? Could be fire. I didn't really want it to look like fire, but, you know. Let's see. Your color sure has come to life. Thanks, Scooby. Yeah. So just something like that. So it looks like it's coming out of the house. Even though there's no hole on this side. Maybe we should put one. Maybe we should put a... you know, when you open the door, you could see it. Let's do a little shading right under the little windows here. A little bit more. So are there any questions or anything, guys? Hopefully we had a good day. Janet, did you put your link in there for the girls to find you over on yours? Looks like the fairies got mad and are firing shots. That could be. That could be, Dot. Good one. And hi, Colleen. Bye, Colleen. So, yeah, did Janet put her link in there, guys? We'll see y'all over there. If I leave within 30 minutes, I can get over there too. It's when I leave right at 1 and Janet's starting at 1, I don't have to go eat before I can make it over to Janet's. So we'll go ahead and continue this page, guys. We will do a part 3 because I didn't get to the mushrooms. I wanted to do the mushrooms. Got a couple of leaves, although these leaves are going to look like those leaves. So the leaves are no big deal. And same for all these. But I'll leave the little chrysalis thing, the butterflies, and the mushrooms. But I'll go ahead and finish all the leaves, just so, you know, because that's going to be kind of tedious. And I'll also leave the metal hinges. And probably I'll leave that to do too. We'll see how much time we have on part 3. Little fairy, yes, little fairy laser beams. Vicky. Okay, guys. There's Janet's link, yeah. Monkey Island Madness. She does upload to YouTube as well. So thanks everybody for being here. I hope y'all enjoyed today's show. And, yeah, we will continue this page probably next week. As you know, we always want to do, you know, other color books, and we also want to do mixed media and art journals and napkin journals and art cards and altered books. And thanks again, Melody, for the pencils, Tracy for the Blick card, Eileen for the Forgotten Heritage book. This is going to be another altered book, guys. Another altered book. Oh, maybe we'll do this on Wednesday. I don't know. Okay, guys. Y'all have a good day, and we'll see you over at Janet's. Bye. Okay, welcome back, everybody, to Coffee and Art in the Morning. We're going to continue on. We're going to work in and I can't pronounce it. There it is. There's the name right there. It's by Klara Markova. And I did have a link in the first one here of where you can buy her book. It's called Magical Delight. Is my somebody said was no, I think I looked this one up. Well, anyway, I think it's called Magical Delight. This one and our one, the Polish one, and this one's from Czech Republic. I get the names mixed up there, guys. So don't email me. Just, you know. You can get them on either Amazon or Etsy. One or the other. I do have links. So, anyway. All right. So, let's go ahead and continue on here. But before we do that, and remember, these had the little doors. We colored and cut out the little doors for this page. And we're going to continue on for as far as we can get on this today. Then that will be the last segment for Stream a Room redo again. Oh my gosh, you don't know. Well, maybe you were here for one of them, honey Jill. Yeah, I put this was a couple, well, I don't even know. I think it was before Ustream. I mean, before YouTube. Because I've only been on YouTube for uploading for 2 years, a little over. But been on Ustream for 6. So it may have been before I uploaded to YouTube where we actually put the camera up in the corner and did a redo. Maybe it's on there. I don't remember. Saw me climbing under tables and building shelves and this room switch up wouldn't be that big because I would only be moving around my tables and my towers and my portfolios and everything that's like in the middle of the room. All the shelves that completely surround my room would not be moved. Not moving any shelves. Not moving the shelves, but all the tables, because I have 3 tables in here, folding tables, and yeah. So, okay, so, but anyway, a couple of things. First off, Jennifer Crackalacken asked if she could see me color just some leaves with just color pencil. So even though we're using ink tints on here, I'm going to take a little minute to do these little leaves with just pencil, like Prismacolor pencil, just so she could see. And I know a couple people probably want to see leaves too. So she wants green leaves, and then I'm not sure on these berries. I probably won't color the berries. I'll just color the leaves because I'm not sure. There's lots of berries here, what color these are going to be yet on this particular page. But then we'll go back over here, and this has a lot of ink tints on it. Ink tints, water-soluble ink pencils. And here's let me bring them over here. And Jody, who's here, Jody in the chat, my sister's name's Jody too, so anyway. But anyway, she recommended putting labels, like doing a pencil. And what I did is I just took, let me just get I don't have a white piece of paper here. I'll just take, so what I did is I just took the labels, white labels, and I just took the pencil, and this took a while. This took a while. Jody, you can attest, I'm sure, to how long this takes. You color your label, okay? Then you have to water, you have to wet it down to smear the label, right? So then it gets wet. Then you got to wait for that to dry. You can't cut this while it's wet. It won't work. So I was like, I had little stations going. Like I had some in this process, this process, this process. So anyway, so while these were drying, I was working on some others. So then I cut them down, and then I wrapped each pencil with that little label. And it's watered down. So it's not just the pencil swatch. It's actually how it looks when it's wet. Because it's really hard to tell, guys, on ink tints what the true color is. It's hard to tell what the true color is unless you see it wetted down, right? You did yours during the World Series. Jody MM, that's who it is. And so, yeah, so I did all my pencils. Here's these ink tints here, these right here, and then I also keep in here my water brush, zigged water brushes. And then the greens I have over here. The greens are really, really obvious how different they are. So this is so helpful. So thanks, Jody MM, for that tip on labeling your ink tints. And you could do this with any, any pencil that it's hard to see. Just wrap a little label with the color swatched and or wet. Wet it, washed out so you can see the exact color of your ink tints. So yeah, so we're using ink tints here and other pencils. I think we're to the point now where I'm going to just go on finishing up like here we did with the Prismacolor, right, on top of the ink tints. So we did all this as washes. The backgrounds are washes with that. And now we're going to go in with pencil for probably the rest of it. I'm not sure on the background in this book. So in this book, I'm not sure if I want to do painted backgrounds or not. They're one-sided pages, but every page has a little line here where you could write something if you want. But you don't have to worry about it going through if you don't care about that. And then the page we're doing over here with the double bird houses with gourds and a little wood birdhouse here, they had cut out doors. So we cut the doors out and we slit, but because you see here, there's a slit there, and I just taped it with Scotch tape on the other side. So this side, the double page, is like this so that it doesn't ruin it when you cut into it. Hey, Busy Jill. Anybody else popping in? So, yeah, so we put the little doors here. So I'm going to work a little bit on this today. And however far we get, that's going to be the end of this page. But we're going to go over here to these leaves. Crack-a-lack and Jennifer. I'm going to put a piece of... Ah, you girls crack me up. Oh, if you are watching the recording, if you ever get a chance to come over and hang out with these girls, and sometimes guys, there's a few guys that stop over here. If you ever get a chance to come over here and chat with them, you will have fun. You'll have fun. It's a fun group, for sure. It's random. I don't know what numbers they're going to pick. All right, so I think everybody's got their numbers in. So we're going to stop the chat from... All right, there we go. So here we go. All right, here we go. Well, let's get the flash out of there. I'm going to have to readjust my camera now. There we go. All right, so let's generate a number. Here we go. 45. 45. The closest to 45. Yeah, Jean goes, please don't sing, Dee Dee. Jean, I know, right? Don't make me sing. Okay, so where's my Sharpie? So the number was 45, so the closest without going over. Jean. Jean, do you want me to sing you a lullaby to put you to sleep, Jean? Oh my goodness. Hey, Carol Renee. Yeah. Okay, moving things, shifting things around here so I have room to work. Closest to 45. Hibiscus girl had 45. Are we right? Hibiscus. Got it right on the nose. Okay. Hibiscus. Now, I'm pretty sure I have your address, right, Hibiscus, because you're on the art card list. The girl that won last week, Jan T, I do not have her address. So if Jan T, if y'all ever, like Jant, pops in, I do not have her address. I don't have her email. And she's just like, comes in every now and then, so I can't send her pack from last week. So, Hibiscus, congratulations. Hey, Blondie. Anybody else popping in? Okay, so there we go. Hibiscus. All right, so let's go ahead. Now I want to try to zoom in a little. Well, I don't know. Let's go ahead and zoom in one more, just so we can kind of and refocus. Maybe two more. Okay. All right, so let me go ahead and refocus. I think we're good. Okay. Okay, gotta go work this out. Okay, Scooby, thanks for popping in. Enjoy that grandbaby when you see. Yeah. Jen was in Maryland. She's. I don't have her address, Jean. Yeah. Either she has another black card stock behind it just to protect any pencil indentation. And we're going to do, I'm going to get out to my Prismacolors and we're going to work on that. Okay, so I have a lot of colors just in the silverware tray, and then I have the bulk of my pencils are in bundles. So let me kind of show you how I keep my pencils. I keep them in bundles. Like here's the pinks, you know, some dark blues, browns, dark reds, that kind. This is how I kind of bundle them. But then as I'm using the same colors a lot over and over, then I will... Yeah, it was thoughtful, Terry, for them to do that so that you didn't have to cut into the back page. Exactly. And so, yeah, so this is one of the books that Kelly sent me for my birthday. And the artist even signed it. You get this one on Etsy, if I'm not mistaken. I do have a link to her site in part 1. I'll try to remember to put it in this part too. In this part as well, so you can see where to get it. I think it has to come, if I'm not sure, it has to come from Czechoslovakia, or the Czech Republic, and I think the other one, until they get it in the United States, the other one that we talk about comes from Poland. So I think I got that right, guys. All right. So anyway, this is how I keep my Prismacolors in bundles like this. But as I'm using a lot of the same colors a lot, I throw them in here into a silverware tray, like my oranges and browns, yellows and cream colors. Here's my blues and greens, purples, and then just some random colors that I use a lot because I use my pencils every day. And so as I'm using them and then when they start getting full of colors that I use all the time, then I go back and put these back in the bundles and kind of like start over again. All right, so I think before we get started though, I want to go ahead and do my giveaway because I don't want to forget. So this is week 5. This is week 5 of our little Happy Mail bundles. And if you're here in chat, I do these little bundles of other old Happy Mail that I've accumulated over 6 years that sits in boxes because I just don't have room to display hundreds of art cards and things like that. So my daughter and I, and so far I have 40 packs made up. I want to do one a week for the whole year. I have 40 of them made up. Trust me, I got enough to make the rest of the year as well. And so I don't go back and look at, I just grab a pack. I have 40 of these. I just grab a pack, I put the week number on it and do a giveaway. So I have no idea what you're getting. So, and I do want to do a giveaway on YouTube as well for my birthday. So that will probably be next week. The YouTubers, I want to do a giveaway next week to celebrate my birthday. I want to do a giveaway for the YouTubers next week. But I wish I could do more for everybody as far as giveaways, but you have to be here to participate in this, in the Ustream chat. Okay, so what I do, the other thing I was going to say is, so when you get one of these, if you win one of these in my giveaways here in Ustream, and you get this, I don't even know what you're getting because I'm not reviewing what I'm sending you. But don't email me, say, who made that card? There was no name on it. Don't do that. I had no idea. And I've actually had people do that. Not in this giveaway, but I've had people email me and say, who made that card you sent me? Obviously not my art card. I don't know, guys. If they didn't put their name on it and it was a couple years ago, unless I really recognize the person's style or something, I will have no idea who made it. So please don't do that to me. Yeah. Okay, so I am going to bring up random.org on my iPad. The same deal we always do. I'm going to wait till I type in. When I type it in, when I type it in, then you can put in a number, one number only, the closest without going over, one number only. So, I think everybody here, it's been self-explanatory because we do it every week, we do the giveaways every week. You like the surprise factor? Yeah. So, yeah, we don't know who got what. So, anyway, all right, let's go to random.org. I'll get that ready. Okay, so we have random.org. We'll put the little window right here. Nothing's been generated yet. I'm just going to set that right here until everybody puts their numbers in. Okay, so I'll give everybody a minute. When you see numbers rolling by, you know it's time to put one in. Don't wait till I put in stop and then put in numbers. Put them in now. Everybody roll them in now. Because it's like herding cats. Ask Eileen and Carrie and Sherry and Janet and Terry and Vicky. It's herding cats, people. Oh my goodness. And then we'll do some coloring. But I didn't want to forget. I want to make sure and do one a week. And I didn't want to forget. So again, we're going to do something for the YouTubers next week. Oh my goodness. and it's the first number. Like if you put in your number first, you want to get that number in as quick as you can because somebody else puts in the number. It's the first person closest without going over. So get those numbers in. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Don't make me sing. Don't make me sing, Jean. Okay, get them in there, guys. I'm gonna get it to stop here in a second.